Meanwhile, thanks, Janice. Meanwhile, President Trump officially establishing DOGE with the swipe of a pen, and progressive groups immediately jumping in and deciding to sue. Yep. The cost-cutting mission evidently gets on the wrong side of some people. They are suing the department over the alleged violations of the federal transparency law. Oklahoma Senator James Lankford is a founding member of the Congressional DOGE caucus and joins us now. Senator, this caught me by surprise. I see that was breaking news during the inaugural speech.
Yeah.
Why?
I would say it didn't catch me by surprise that outside liberal groups are using attorneys to be able to actually try to be able to challenge this. And the ironic part is DOGE is trying to reduce paperwork, reduce the chaos, and they're literally saying you're not filing enough paperwork. So the issue with DOGE, they completely missed. DOGE is not a real department. It's an idea. It's an internal conversation within the White House. It's Elon Musk actually trying to be able to drive a messaging piece to say if we're going to be better with our tax dollars, to literally waste less and then to spend less as well, then let's start this idea. The legislative branch has got a thing. Executive branch got a thing, go do your thing. But
I love the way he's already beginning to break it up into categories. He's got about a 20-person staff. Most everybody's doing it for free. And if you read his biography, he is a master at streamlining these companies, not only coming up with an idea. So I'm pretty intrigued by it. Just lastly, are you intrigued by it?
I am intrigued by it. I am intrigued by it.
You think something's going to get done?
Actually, I met with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy several weeks ago, and that was one of the recommendations I made to them, was separate out what's executive branch, what's legislative branch, as you're working through the ideas, because we're trying to do the same thing to be able to determine these are things Trump can do on his own with executive action. These are things that Congress got to pass a law on. Let's get to work on it.
And Vivek is stepping aside, it looks like, to maybe run for governor.
Maybe.
All right, how about this? It's time for you guys to confirm some people. You got Marco Rubio across the finish line. Out of committee is Radcliffe for CIA?
Radcliffe may be today to confirm on the floor of the Senate.
Okay,
he is out of committee, so he may be today.
All right, what about Kristi Noem?
Kristi Noem was out of committee last night, actually. Wide bipartisan vote last night out of committee. She'll be up in the next couple of days, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday.
Only 2 voted against her, it seems, which is heartening to know that she is selling people through the nomination process.
She sat down with people and said, what do I need to do to actually make the country more secure? That's what you're supposed to do.
Out of committee is Pete Hegseth, right?
Yes, he's out of committee. That will be later on this week, maybe Thursday, maybe, to be able to come to the floor of the Senate for a full vote.
And what happens today?
Well, today will be CIA. Ratcliffe is today, and then lots of leadership meetings. We're meeting with the president later on today at the White House, sitting down with him, talking through House, Senate leadership to be able to figure out the next steps.
I know. I see he's got a series of meetings immediately. Okay. For that, it's important. The other one is Treasury Secretary.
Treasury Secretary. That's in conference today in the Finance Committee.
So how do you feel about it? You're a member of that Finance Committee.
And it's terrific.
The Treasury Secretary seemed to impress on both sides.
He did, actually. He came in and he said, we need to get to work. We need to bring down inflation. We need to be able to manage what's happening with sanctions. One of the clear things that I talked to him about was how light touch the Biden administration was on Iran. During the first Trump administration, they were tough on Iran. They pulled money out, and Iran had less money to do terrorism. New Treasury Secretary Besson is coming in and saying, we're going to go back and actually put some pressure back on Iran where it needs to be.
Do you think there's a overall sense of urgency? Senator Thune talked about working weekends.
Yeah, we're going to do as much as we can, as fast as we possibly can, and Democrats step in and say, we're going to try to slow walk all your nominations. We'll just continue to be able to work weekends. There's a clock that we have to run in. Cabinet officials take 30 hours. That's the agreement for the clock. That's where we are. If you're non-cabinet, it takes 2 hours on the floor to be able to do that. So the cabinet, we'll see those one a day or so as we're clicking through. But that may mean we do one at noon on one day, and then we're all the way until late the next day. But the next one may be in the middle of the night. But Thune has already said, we've worked the clock out on this. We'll hit it whatever it may be if Democrats don't want to give on that.
It's just an unnecessary problem for Democrats or Republicans to take so long to let people staff up. And I think you guys realize that. Hopefully Chuck Schumer realizes that, too. Thanks so much, Senator. Great to see you.
Good
I appreciate it.
Good to see you again.
And you have a lot of work to do. I can see a big agenda.